I'm Alan Golty from the Wilson Centre. Nick, could you say something about how you see the prospects for Somaliland, its relations with the national authorities, and the role of the UNSOM presence in Hargeisa?
Do these two?
Okay, right, yes, thank you. Alan, Somaliland. Good question, and I mean, Somaliland, as we all know, is in a sort of unique kind of position where it is deeply entrenched in its own view and claim of independence, but is also singularly not recognized as an independent state by a single other state in the world. So the international legal position is extremely clear, and every Security Council resolution reaffirms the territorial integrity of Somalia and sovereignty of Somalia. But in reality, there is a de facto government in Somaliland, deeply entrenched in its personal sense of independence and statehood. I think my general sense is that situation is likely to prevail for quite some time, and as Mogadishu and Somalia, South Central, Puntland address its issues of drawing up a new federal constitution, having eventually elections in 2016, all of that will happen with Somaliland outside of that, stepping aside, opting out, or whatever, and I suspect that will prevail. That said, there are talks brokered by Turkey going on, and they're being institutionalized with permanent secretariat in Ankara for both Somaliland and Somalia. And those talks are looking at areas of mutual interest, more of a technical level. They may progress to more political level discussions as well. And I think it's good that process is happening, and it's very good that the Turkish government is putting the time and effort into supporting that. For UNSOM, I have to say I've been to Somaliland once. Shortly after I began the mission back in July last year. Very good visit to Hargeisa, very well received and looked after. Saw impressive developments that they're making on parliament, governance, their institutions, ministries, etc. And then I went for a last meeting of the program with President Silanyo, and President Silanyo was very polite and very charming, but told me not to come again. Because he said, Mr. SRSG, you are the head of the United Nations Assistance Mission in Somalia, and I think you'll find you've got the wrong country. They're next door. And your mandate from the Security Council to promote federalism, constitution review, elections, and things like that. Well, how on earth are you going to do that in Hargeisa? Why? Or, how dare you think of doing that in Hargeisa, etc. And I can entirely understand from their end of the telescope why they said that and why they felt that. I think it's slightly regrettable because the UNSOM does many things other than just the support for the political process. We're also supporting security sector reform, rule of law, justice. We're also doing a large amount on human rights, capacity building, as well as monitoring and reporting. All of those things, I would say, would be of relevance and interest, indeed benefit to Hargeisa and Somaliland. I think my hope is that we will, we didn't fall out. As I say, I respect their view on this, and I think there will come a time when we will probably sit down and talk it through again. And I'm always very open to that conversation.